Hey everyone, thanks so much for tuning in. You're watching Inspiring People Doing Amazing Things in Life. And I'm so happy and grateful that we have Corey with us. Corey Smith he's actually has 30 years of experience as a life success coach. And thank you, Corey, for being here and sharing your time and your insights about our questions. And why don't you go ahead and introduce yourself and tell everybody what you're up to, what you're doing in life, and basically just who you are.
Well, as you said, I am a success coach. I've been around the industry for over 30 years. I've been blessed to have made over $500,000 in my businesses in the last 4 of those years. We basically our whole goal is to teach people how to maximize their money while minimizing their time creating that. It's all about the people, and it's, so it's about finding ways to serve the many is the way to success, in my opinion.
Love it.
Awesome. That's quite a perfect introduction here, Corey, because we have a couple of deep questions. You normally ask people for their intro and they give a background story, but you're already talking about finding ways to serve the people. So we're excited to jump into these questions here. I'll go ahead and fire away with the first one. So Corey, we would like to ask you, what is your perception of happiness?
Perception of happiness. Happiness to me is when you're first of all able to set goals and accomplish those goals. Because it's okay to be happy by yourself, but you ever heard those say even misery like company? So you want to be able to, as I said again, just find the way to serve the many. And you'll be happy because you'll be able to touch lives and make changes. And to me, happiness, I'm happy every day because I look back on my history and I see people that have took my courses or I've been to some of my seminars, and I see that when I met them 6 months ago, they were robbing Peter to pay Paul. Now they're actually paying Paul and Peter at the same time and still going on vacation. So that's happiness for me. Because I'm leaving a legacy that people know me not just by my name, but by the legacy that I left. That's happiness to me.
That's awesome. And didn't you say today, earlier when I was on the phone with you, that you just got done speaking in front of like 4,500 people or something?
4,500 today.
Awesome.
Wow. So you're hitting a lot of people all at once, delivering that message. That's a big way to have, like you said, that legacy go out where you're affecting a lot of people, making a big impact. That is killer.
Absolutely. Okay. All right, Corey, are you ready?
I'm ready.
Our next question for you is, what is your perception of success? I'm sorry.
Well, success to me is, again, I keep going back to that, is being able to serve the many. Because you're not successful by yourself. It's a team of people that's causing that success. I always say teamwork makes the dream work, or as they say, together everybody achieves more. It's a team effort. You're not successful by yourself. You're successful because the people that you impact on your way to success. So I am successful because of people like you, and allow me to get on your platform and share my story, and hopefully someone will say, hey, you know what? I want to achieve success. I'm tired of talking about it. I'm ready to be about it. And I'm the guy that says documentation beats conversation. So let's get started. That's success to me. I keep going back to that. Finding a way to serve the many. That's success. Because when I'm hungry, if I don't have any money, I have people that I've got blessed in my life. I can call them right now. They'll send me a ticket so fast. I'm telling you, because they know the reason why they're there is because someone like me, God used me to be a minister to them, to bring them from one side of prosperity to another side of fortune. So that's success to me.
Love it.
That's so cool. That's cool that those your success and happiness to you, they tie in. There's kind of a full theme here going on that in order to be happiness, you need to help others, achieve whatever they're looking for, and simultaneously you're not going to be successful unless you help them be successful. There's a whole connection going on there.
Collaboration.
Yeah. So
yeah,
I love that.
It needs it. It needs it. You know, because there are people that I've seen who was on the road of success, and some of them made it, but the way they made it, they didn't stay long. And then on their way down, because success is a journey. So on your journey, if you're sowing the right seeds, if just so happens God says, I want to bring you down a little bit because your mind is too high, let me bring you down some. At least when you're going down, you're not passing those same people that you just pissed off, or you just messed up, or you just took their money, or I'm gonna be passing people and say, man, come to my house, you stay with me, drive my car, take my keys, how much money you need? So if I have to go down, I'm going down happy, because I know on my way up, the reason how I got there is the people that helped me get there, that team. And people have to understand that. You are who you are because of the people that you bless. People don't know you by your name. They know you by the legacy that you leave by your name.
Yeah, it's profound.
That's awesome. I don't think we've heard anybody break that down like that before. That is that is cool, Corey. All right, well, this is perfect, because there's a great intro right here that we have going into the third question we have for you, and this one goes a little bit deeper. So it'll be interesting to see what you have to say here. So, third question we have for you, Corey, is what is the most profound thing or experience you've had in life? It could be a moment, something you learned, but something that changed everything for you.
Well, I learned to see the while that hit me. There's no saying, say, when the student is ready, the teacher will appear. And many times when I was on my journey to success, now I wasn't the perfect guy. I thought, I was looking at people as dollar bills all day long. You're $10, you're $20, you're $50, you're $1,000. That's really how I saw it, because I thought that's how business worked. But I had to have a wow moment. And how it hit me was, my mom was in school. She was a principal for over 40 years, and she retired. And when she retired, she had to fight 4 more years to get her retirement. And that just blew my mind. And then my father was in the service for over 40 years. When he got out on this, what do you call that? When you hurt yourself in the military?
Disability?
What's the word they use? Yeah. But they let him out because he had some
honorable discharge.
There it is. Yes, honorable discharge. And he had to fight 2 years to get it back. Because they gave it to him, and then in the middle of it, they took it back. We're like, what? So right away, I knew then that what I was doing was wrong, the way that I was doing it. And I started understanding, again, what it really took to be a leader. A leader is not just saying you're a leader. A leader is a person that leads by example and set the example. He don't talk about, he sets it, and then he says, here's where I am, here's where you are. Now you want to get here, here's what you got to do to get here. And the biggest moment for me was when I was able to go and buy my mom a house in cash. That was 5 years ago. And I also bought my dad his first RV. They were crying about RVs, and I went and bought one in cash for them last year. And that was like, woo, yes. But that was one of my goals. But I learned right away that it was about serving the many, about moving Corey out the way. The world's bigger than Corey, much bigger. So I had to move me out the way. And again, I had to find a way. And that's what God said to me. You need to find a way to serve the many, not serving you. Because if you serve you, you're only going to be blessing you. And that's only going to last for so long, because then people get tired of you using them because they see you as a dollar. Oh my God, here come Corey again. That type of thing. And then when I realized, when they start saying, oh my God, where is Corey? Hey, Corey, where you at? I haven't seen you. Now that's a whole nother song. And I realized they start doing that when I start understanding that they are the most important thing. And if I help someone else, in return, I'm sowing a seed for myself. And that's how you find a way to serve the many, because you're putting yourself out of the way and you're serving them with the knowledge that God gave you. And then when you do that, then he adds to you. As the word says, pressed down, shaken up, running over, believe me, it is a true state. And that was my moment of, whoa, it humbled me down. I came down. I said, oh my God, I got to come down. And I've learned that the way up is down. If you bring yourself up, God will move that ladder and you'll fall yourself down. But if you humble yourself and let the people when you get to the ladder, you're not going to fall off. If they move the ladder, you're going to have a platform to stand on, so you're not going to fall down because you've done what he said. You found a way. I keep saying that. It must be my topic today. Find a way to serve the community. And by doing that, you care. You can't pay people to care. You either care about people, you don't. You know, and I'm gonna say this. I'm gonna shut my mouth because I want to get into this. I get blah, 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 blah. But they, I don't know if you guys had followed a story about the cop that just shot the guy in the car. Did you guys see that today? They've been talking about that all day.
I missed that one. Yeah. What happened?
Oh, an officer. Well, officer pulled a guy over, a black guy. He was selling CDs, and he asked the guy to give his driver's license. And while he was reaching for his driver's license, the officer shot him 3 times and killed him in front of his daughter and his girlfriend in the car. Wow. So everybody go, ah! And I said, you know what? I said, that's a sad thing. But arguing and fussing about it ain't gonna solve anything. You know what you need to do? Don't talk about it. Be about it. Make a difference. You make a difference. Don't you be like them. Do the opposite of what they do. Too many of us talk too much. We talk too doggone much. How about doing something? Doing something positive. If you want to change the world, first of all, start with yourself. And then share that with others. Because just like one bad apple can spoil a whole bunch, one good apple could change the bad apple.
Yes, that's one of my favorite quotes from Gandhi. Be the change you wish to see in the world.
Absolutely. So, you know, you want things to change, you know, you. Michael Jackson says the man in the mirror. It ain't the man across the street. It's the one in the mirror you got to have a problem with.
Yeah, I love your humility.
I was just say a couple of things, Corey. First off, you have the best, call them slogans, or I don't know what they would be, jingles and stuff. I mean, because they make 100% sense, but you know, they're not the same ones you hear all the time. I love that. To get up, you have to first go down, like yourself. You got to bring yourself down, humble yourself, and go up. So that one really stood out to me there when we were talking about, you know, the most profound experience you had. And you have me super curious now. So when you had that experience or that moment where you're like, you know, I need to, you reference looking at people as dollar bills, and instead I need to start serving everybody, no matter perhaps their income level or their level of success so far. Did somebody teach that to you? Did it come to you out of nowhere? Did you just read a book and learn that? Was there a moment?
Well, yes, that was the moment. And I said that maybe too fast, but as I said, that it was a wild moment because God said, hey, do you want to know the reason why you're there? Why you keep doing, you ever see people just keep doing the same thing over, and every year they're the same place and they go, why am I keep doing this? Because you keep doing the same thing. You keep thinking the same way. You keep hanging around the same dream sappers that say you can't. And there's nothing you can't do if you truly want to do it. You can do it. I tell people the greatest revenge to people who say you can't do it is massive success. Oh, I can't do it? Thank you. I'll see you in 6 months. Then I pull up in that Mercedes Benz. Yeah, that thing you said it was going to work. It made me $60,000 6 months. I went and bought this in cash. And by the way, that RV I paid for my dad $250,000 in cash. What? I got some mad people right now, but I'm happy because massive success. I don't argue with them. I just show them that because you say you can't, don't mean I can't.
Right.
I can. And you can. And anybody that's on this call, whatever you decide, you can do it. Just make up your mind and make sure it's coming purely from the heart, not from the head, not from the dollar, but from the heart. Because when you speak from the heart, people could, as my son always says, do you feel me, Daddy? Yeah, I feel you. So that's what I'm saying. I asked that question in my seminar 100 times today. Do y'all feel me? And they're like, feel you? You don't know what I'm talking about. I said, what I mean is, do you understand? Can you relate to the message I'm bringing over here to you guys? I talked about mindset today. Mindset's a horrible thing. Man. You can waste it. You can really waste it. You can be positive and have the right job, the right career, but if your mindset off, you're gonna get the same result. Is that amazing or what?
Yeah, it's a form of insanity too. I mean, because you literally start to go insane.
And and I tell people, you might start off running fast, and that's great. The race is not given to the one that runs the fastest. It's the one that can get to the end and went whole lot into the end, because that's the winner. Mm-hmm. The one that gets to the finish line, not the one that starts off. It's the one that gets to the end. And how you get to the end is perseverance and being positive and making sure you're impacting people's lives with the knowledge that he give you, and do that honestly and humbly, without being conceited. I try not to sound conceited when I talk to people. I try to make sure they understand it's about them. It's not 1 second about me. It's about you.
Yeah.
What do you want to do?
When you came on to my show, I think it was 2 weeks ago, you're about to go to California to visit. Right. I noticed that about you immediately, and I was like, we have to interview you.
Thank you.
Absolutely.
I was gonna say, yeah, you have such positive energy, Corey, and just a message and so forth. And yeah, at no point would you ever come across conceited, because you can just tell by your passion. It's more, you're just extremely excited. You're talking about, the things you've done, because it's a big deal, but then how anybody can do that. That's killer, man. That is stuff. You just what you've gone over here, talking about your perception of happiness and success, and there was that theme we saw right from the beginning: to serve the people, and help them first to help yourself. And so awesome to see the theme. You don't always see that when we ask these questions. So it's underlying. It's cool that you have an underlying, and it all connects together. How you're living your life, the message, and how you're teaching others. So
absolutely.
So do you have anything coming up, or anything you want to promote or talk about? How do people get to learn more about you, or anything?
Yes. I did put my website in your email.
Yes.
Oh yeah. So that they can go to that to get information about one of the things. Karatbar is something, is one of my biggest passion, because I'm looking at, I have what we call financial analysis. You guys know what those guys are?
The company?
No, they're individual people that you hire.
Oh, financial analysis.
They come to,
right.
Right. They go and whatever industry that you're doing, you pay them, and they go do an analysis and bring those reports back to you. And I have been following money, U.S. money, and man, it's getting ready to go bye-bye. And yet we Americans are still going around like everything's gonna get better. I'm like, did you just see what just happened in Russia and London? Even the whole country went bankruptcy, and when they did that, the Dow Jones went down 800 points, and they lost $2 trillion of people's money that was in the 401k and in the Roth accounts. So people woke up Saturday morning with no money in their Roth account. People woke up the next morning, and by the way, if you guys didn't know this, yesterday the U.S. government also sent letters to some senior citizens and told them they're no longer going to be receiving Social Security or SSI, and they actually moved the age up just recently. Did you guys see that? Yeah, they moved it up, so it's no longer 65, it's 71. Why is that? Because the average Americans don't live that long. Hello. So we got to wake up, and that's what Karatbar is about. We teach people how to take your U.S. dollars and move them over into a Boeing gold, where that you can actually be what I call recession proof. Because if not, what we saw last week is just the beginning of it. I used to be ex-military because I took my fathers in the service, and one of the things I learned when I was over there, I didn't know that then, but now I know it now. They saw this coming 20 years ago, the U.S. government, and they already prepped for that already. We American people have not. China have, Russia have, Cuba have, Mexico have, United States. We wait till the last minute to do everything, and it's going to cost us. This time it's going to cost us. And I tell people the only reason why the money we're using is going on right now is the U.S. government is forking $70 trillion into the stocks right now. They're doing that because we're in election time. So if they made an announcement tomorrow that they're not going to be using paper currency anymore, people would not even pay attention to the election. Their brain would stop and go straight to, so they know that. So they're forking money in it. And as soon as the election is over, that's when the announcement is going to come. Hey, guys, by the way, all that money you guys have saved in the bank, we're going to close it. We're going to start using Karatbar. We're going to start using current gold now to start buying. So you buy gas and buy clothes and buy grocery. You're going to start doing that now, and people are going to go nuts. So I think 2017 is going to be a miracle. It's going to be some, we're going to see some things happen in the United States next year. It's going to blow people's mind.
Yeah.
So what this whole year, my passion is to teach people about that care of our systems. Right now, it's costing you nothing to do it. The guy could charge millions of dollars to teach people to do it. And he's actually allowing us to give it to the U.S. citizens for free. We're teaching you how to move it over here for free. And you get paid for it. And you earn gold while you're actually purchasing it. I'm like, wow. And people still walk around in the ghost town. I just went to a nursing home day for yesterday. And last week I did a seminar in their nursing home, 850 seniors. And out of 850 seniors, Monday, when I found out what happened, Monday, 87 people that was at that senior citizen home are no longer receiving Social Security checks now. So they're asking me, well, Corey, I'm ready to do it. Well, you need money to do it. And you waited around because I just told you last week it was coming. And you said, oh, that'll never happen. And the next week, the weekend, that Monday and that Saturday and Sunday, it happened. And I said, I told you. So let's not wait till the last minute. Let's get on the train and let's get serious. Let's start moving these dollars into things that you're going to be, because that's going to be the new currency. I'm telling you. It's gonna be the new currency. The government is already.
You're not the first person I've heard that from.
Yeah. This is. But I hadn't heard any of this news. So now you. Yeah. So you're opening doors. I'm about to go down a crazy wormhole researching this and self-educating as well, because it's interesting. Yeah, I don't watch too much of the news, so I miss things like this. I have my head down, focused on. A couple of main things. So this is enlightening here.
That's the see what you said, and again, this is nothing against you. I want to make that clear. But that's what 99% of Americans are doing. They're so busy chasing this money, they're not paying attention to what's happening to the money.
Oh, did that freeze for you too?
Yes. Oh no. Can you still hear us, Corey?
Because your daughter walked over my our FiOS cable, and I'm like, oh Lord.
That's okay. I pushed pause on the recording, so it's
okay.
Good.
Sorry about that.
No, you're fine. So okay.
Yeah. But you were saying, Corey, everybody's kind of ignorant right now, head down, working, not paying attention to a lot of other things going on.
Yeah, they do that, and because we're trained that way. I mean, people don't understand this, but have you ever left outside the country, the U.S., like Russia?
I've been all over.
Well, you know, China and London, their kids from the time they're born are taught the world of business. Mm-hmm. Did you know that? That's why they come over here and they get in our Black communities, in our Spanish communities. And you see them putting those weed shops up, and they do that in 1 month, and 3 months later they got 9 shops. How'd that happen? And you've been living in the country for 100 years, you ain't got 1 shop. Because we're taught to go to school, which is great, get a good education, which is great, and then we are taught that when you get done doing all that, work for somebody for 60-something years and then retire, you're gonna live the good life. Well, here's the problem: when you go to Walmart, who's pushing the buggies? When they're giving samples at Publix, who is doing that? Your grandma, my grandma, your auntie, my auntie. Well, somewhere where I said, wait a minute, something ain't right about that, because you guys supposed to be on the beach somewhere enjoying life.
Yeah.
But they don't teach that in China. In China, they teach them to get off your behind and go to work. And when those China guys come over here, man, they make millions overnight. And you go, how do they do that? Because they're taught to go and be entrepreneurs for themselves. Mm-hmm. We're taught to depend on and not be the person to be dependent. Mm-hmm. You're not designed to work. Let me say, what would you say if I told you that money, when God created money, it was never designed for you to work for it? Did you know that? Did you guys know that?
I don't think that's. I completely agree with you. I think money is energy, anyways. So
it's not designed.
Yeah,
money is not designed. There's things that's in the plan that if you do certain things, money will come and knock on your door. and ask you, can I work for you today? And people would laugh, but it's the truth.
Yeah.
Because if you find a way to serve the many, guess what they're going to do? They're going to serve you.
Yep.
I love your perception and how you explain it. It's really insightful.
Well, no,
but we don't. We're just taught to go to work. I'm going to go make these 9 hours. I'm going to keep trading time for money, which is great. But how long can you do that?
Yeah.
Well, not very long before you absolutely go insane. That's what.
Yeah, I think there's so many entrepreneurs these days because everybody's kind of waking up to that fact, like, hey, like this isn't the way we're supposed to be like living.
You got to start. You have to wake up that lion in you. God put a lion in everybody. We choose where to work that lion. That lion can be working for somebody else. And I've seen people give their job. If it's raining, snowing, they give their 100%. Mm-hmm. And now these same people they're giving their walking papers right now because they were just numbers. It was the man was in there for his business. You were helping build his business, and now his business is in jeopardy. He gonna cut you. Mm-hmm. Oh, thank you for your service. Here's a watch. See you later. Really? So we got to start creating the wealth that's within us, and stop depending on people and be responsible for your own actions and your own decisions. And then when you do that, then you start understanding what success is about. Success is a mindset. Success is a decision. I don't want to be like this anymore. I don't want to live like this anymore. I don't want my family to deal with this anymore. There's things that you can do. But until you get tired, until you really see it, you're going to keep doing this, like you said, the same thing over and over again. You're going to keep starting and failing, and you'll be like that till you die or till Jesus comes. And it's no one's fault. You can't blame nobody but yourself because he put the information in the atmosphere. You just when he sent his messages, you just didn't want to change. Right. The senior citizens didn't want to change on Monday. Now they're crying the day on this Monday. But they'd have heard me on Monday. By the time Saturday came, they'd at least had some of that money put over into something where the value is much higher. Gold just went up again. It's $1,490 an ounce now. Good God.
Yeah.
They're saying by the end of this year, it's going to be up to $20,000 an ounce. And you ain't got none of it in your house? You got none of it in your wallet? Are you serious? You know why? You're not taught that. They don't teach that in school. They teach you to work for the person that's making the money, not you. You are the employee. They are the employer. You're supposed to be the employee. But you don't choose to. You choose to chase the money. And this is why you never be successful, because you'll never be successful working someone else's dream. You only become successful chasing your dream.
Absolutely. Love it.
Well, it's so interesting too, because this like information digital age that we're in, anything anybody can learn at any moment online, on their phone, no matter where they are. So anybody who chooses not to know something, I mean, it's literally a choice. It's not like it was an option, like they didn't have access to that resource. It is a choice now. Anything you don't know is a Google search away. I still crack up when people ask me how to do something, especially when they have a computer out, because I'm like, Google's right there. Google it. If you find something that Google doesn't know the answer to, that is a massive opportunity waiting for you to solve that. There's going to be so many other people that have the same question, but so it's interesting. You got me thinking some more, Corey, because I've been doing that entrepreneurial thing like you said, and been grinding and focusing and doing that, and but simultaneously it looks like I'm missing out on some other big stuff going on. So and I'm sure everybody else listening in too is extremely curious now and is going to want to go learn more. Especially you're very well educated. You speak well about this. And besides all that, you're extremely charismatic. So if anybody's going to learn anything about such a topic, I'm sure they would want to do it from you, because you have an incredible personality and a way to deliver that message where it's memorable. So, I mean, where would people go, Corey, if they wanted to learn more about you, and especially with, like you said, we're about these carrot bars here?
Yes, and I have pages and pages and websites and websites and websites that's pointing in that direction. And again, people choose to hear what they want to hear. You ever heard of selective hearing?
Yes.
That is what people have. They have selective hearing. You say one thing, and in their minds, you're saying something. You're like, "What? I didn't just say that." But and so when you tell them, "Hey," I mean, just think about this. Is it Dino?
Yeah.
Do you know what? If you don't mind me asking, what state are you in?
California.
Oh, there you go. California. You guys have all these fires. Now, your government been telling people to get out of these certain locations forever. And did you know there are people getting killed because they stay there behind that location? They don't believe that the fire, it's not coming to my house. Really? They wait to the last minute. And then when the fire gets close up, now they want to start packing and stuff. Well, they told you 2 weeks ago the fire was 10 miles from your house. Evacuate. We don't believe. We'll sit and wait to the last minute. And we as Americans, not all of us, but the majority of us, we wait to the last minute to do everything. And I always tell people, procrastination, listen to me well, procrastination is an enemy to your success. Don't be a procrastinator, be a documentator. Document. Do it. Don't talk about it, be about it. Be like the guys from Missouri. Show me.
Yeah. I love it.
And so I left my number. That's my office number. They can feel free to call me.
So just so when this is on replay on YouTube and sites and stuff, it's area code 863-332-2679. Is that correct, Corey?
Absolutely.
Okay.
And they can contact me, and there's tons and tons of websites I can send to them. And at this point, as I said before, we're teaching it, and it's not there's no cost to be an affiliate with us. You can come in as affiliate at no cost. The only thing you're gonna be doing is moving your paper currency over into something that's more, as I said before, more recession proof. So if everything does crashes, that's one thing for over 3,000 years has never had a crashing moment. Have you ever seen where they say gold crashed?
No.
Never. So it doesn't. And just to give a little history about that, do you guys know where paper currency came from?
Where?
I understand the principle of where it came from. It kind of like you said, it was originally used for barters, in which case the barter couldn't be done straightforward. And so you would do some type of manual labor in order to receive a paper currency that could then be used. It made trading
To personalize.
a little bit easier originally.
Right. Well, paper currency came into effect in 1971 by the President Richard Nixon. Before him, they would only use gold. If you guys ever watch Western, my mom's a Western, and I just grew up watching Western, but that's all she lets watch. But if you guys ever watch Western shows, they would the cowboy would go into John Wayne would go into a bar, and he'd say, "Drinks on me," and he'd take this gold coin and flip it to the bartender. You guys ever seen those? And that one gold coin would buy all the beer for all those people in that bar. That one gold coin. That's how it used to be. But in 1971, we were in a strong recession time. So Richard Nixon said, "Listen, what we're gonna do is we're gonna stop. We're gonna stop this gold thing because there's not gonna be enough gold to go around. So what we're gonna do is we have millions and millions of trees. We're gonna create our own money." And then what happened is the paper currency was originally supposed to be backed up by so much gold. But now we're in a $29 trillion debt. It's surpassed what the gold standard is supposed to be for the dollar. That's why the dollar has no more value. That's why it's devaluating.
Right.
So if something is devaluating, you're in a business that you're making tens of thousands of dollars a day, but that tens of thousands of dollars is valued at $3,000. Are you really being successful?
That's a good point.
Exactly. Because like right now, for every $20, $20 right now is probably valued at about $2.50 right now. That's what it's valued at. Because I know when my parents grew up, they could take 5 cents and come home with a basket of candy, sodas, everything off of a nickel. But go in the store with a nickel now and see what you'll buy.
Right.
Yeah.
They'll throw you behind out of there. Because it doesn't buy anything. But guess what? the nickel has the same value. It's just the cost of living. So everything's going up but your dollar. So are you really being successful?
It's a good question. I love how you always make people think, Corey.
So I was saying to Dino, I understand what you're saying. You've been so busy doing these things, and that's great because you're doing these things to create that financial change. But if you're chasing dollars, you need to slow down and pay attention where it's going, because you'll be chasing the ghost.
I'm not chasing dollars, serving clients, helping their businesses grow, and helping family and friends. But also love.
I'm saying not you directly.
Right, but yeah. But no. No, it's regardless. I'm curious. I'm not saying anything because I'm excited to go research this right now.
You should. And then call me. Any questions? You need some more. If you need some more depth information, I got, oh my God, websites behind websites, history behind history that's showing that this is the currency. If you notice, man, people are buying it all over the country. China bought 800 tons of gold. Why'd they do that? Why would a country that, 9% of our stuff comes from China already. Made in China, made in Taiwan. So, they're making trillions of dollars. Why are they buying gold? And matter of fact, they proved it. They just told the United States, we're not accepting your currency. Our paper currency now is backed off our own gold. Did you guys see that? That happened? That also happened. China has their own currency now. They don't use the US. So does London. Mm-hmm. So they're using their own currency. Why are we using our own currency? We don't have it. We don't have it. And you're going to need it. So that's my story. I'm sticking to it, some people say.
Well, thank you so much for enlightening everybody. I'm sure whoever's tuning in to watch this and to watch the replays and stuff will definitely appreciate your input. And this has been a one-of-a-kind interview. So thank you.
Well, thank you for allowing me. I really enjoy meeting the great Dino.
Well, yeah, really, really appreciate you jumping on here, Corey, and enlightening us with a lot of different things, a lot of different subjects, and so forth. We covered a lot, and loved hearing you talk about how you guys serve the people first, and loved hearing about what's going on in the world with our currency and so forth. A lot of things that, like you said, a lot of people have their head down and not paying attention to. So thank you so much for waking us all up, Corey. And we will, everybody listening in, make sure you go visit Corey's website at karatbars.com. That's spelled Karat bars.com. And otherwise, Tiffany, do you have any closing remarks?
No, except for just thank you so much for your time, Corey. And that was really cool how you pulled this off. It was a kind of a last minute thing. And thank you for making it happen and giving us your time.
Absolutely. My word is all I have. So when I give my word, that's all I have. So I have to make sure that I honor that.
Well, we appreciate it. And you as well.
Yes. So I'm sure we'll cross paths again.
I was say, well, I'm sure we'll be in touch soon. I'm gonna go do my homework.
Yeah, call me. I love a good debate. And I said, well, how about go over here and check this out? And they're like, oh, yes, trust me. I got guys do the analysis. That's all they do. And they come out with numbers that almost scare you to death. It almost scares me to death because I'm looking at these people. I'm thinking about all these seniors and all these parents. Because, you right now, you can make decisions. Back in my day, I could make decisions and regret them, but I had a chance to make a change. But we're at a place right now that if you don't make a change, you're not going to have a chance to make that change. And what happens is it don't just affect you. If you're married, it affects your marriage. It affects your children. It affects your grandkids. It affects your grandma. It goes way down. It was just because right now, one man, the average woman has 4 or 5 kids. So if she drags it out and waits till the last minute, it's not only hurting her, it's hurting all her siblings. And her siblings, see the same, it goes real deep. So that's why I press the importance of not waiting to the last minute, because you're not going to get a chance to change it. Because when they get rid of paper currency, how are you going to buy the gold? You're going to need something to trade it with. Now they took away that, so now what do you have?
Makes you think.
That's going to be serious. So please, if you're watching this video, Do what Dino does. Take a look at it. At least look at it. And then call me, and I'd love to hear your outcome. I would.
Awesome. Well, thank you so much again, Corey, for joining us and stuff. We will, everybody else, for listening in to another episode of Inspiring People Doing Amazing Things. Until next time, we will see you guys then.
Thank you.